When I feeling really tired, exhausted, and then been crying so many times, especially when I'm in Paris and why am I end up here? I can't understand the language, and then my share house is like really poor because it's really expensive living in Paris, and you just find like, oh, I feel so hopeless. A couple of times I keep thinking like, why am I here? I want to gain more experience. I want to improve. And one sentence I always share with lots of people, which is one of the celebrity chefs, she shared a quotation with me was saying like, you start something out of passion, but you keep doing it because you're stubborn. So I think this is the sentence that like holding me up. So whenever I'm feeling like struggle, I want to give up, it's just thinking about why? Yeah, so you need to stubborn enough in order to keep chasing the dream.
How many times have you gotten interested in something, found a passion, but had to give it up because it's not viable as a career? This episode isn't about changing careers. It's about what happens when you stop dismissing what keeps calling you. Today's guest, pastry chef Tracy Wong, navigated financial uncertainty, self-doubt, and external expectations to pursue her craft, intentionally and persistently. Her story speaks to anyone who's learned to override their instincts in favor of logic, safety, or approval. Welcome to the show, Mind Blend. I'm your host, Karen Chong, and I'll be diving into the minds of incredible people, each an expert in their very own way. Together, we'll uncover insights and share ideas so you can be inspired and empowered to navigate your own unique journey in life. Ready to get curious and discover what's possible? Let's blend. Today, I want to talk about chasing dreams. The kind of dreams that fire you up, not just I want to make a lot of money. My guest today is someone who has definitely gone through all the hard work chasing her dreams and actually doing something and achieving her goal. I have Tracy Wong with me here today, the founder of the pastry brand 𝗬𝗂𝗿 pastry chef and owner of Canal Street Coffee in Milton Keynes here in the UK, and a quarterfinalist of Bake Off the Professionals in 2020, a very famous British baking competition if you don't know about it already. Hi Tracy, welcome to Mind Blend.
Hi, hello, Karen. Thank you so much for inviting me to your show. I'm really excited and happy about it.
I have been really excited too, because one, I have a sweet tooth as well. Two, as soon as I know about your story, I was like, I want to talk to Tracy. So tell us a little bit about your journey, how you got here today.
It's quite complicated, but I try to cut it short. So I originally from Hong Kong, and then I born in Hong Kong, and then I moved to Australia to continue my study. And back to that time, I was just like studying my uni and working in Australia as a counselor. And on my day off, I just love baking. And then I just like bake cakes for friends. And since then, I'm watching MasterChef Australia. If people live in Australia, if they know about the show, they will love it. It's so good. So I get so many inspiration from the show. And then one day I was thinking, why don't I just try to go to a different country and then tracing my dream? I love baking, but what if I'm try to become a chef and then learn as I work? And fast forward, then I went to the UK 2 years as a working holiday, flow myself into a hotel restaurant to working crazy hours. And then a year in Paris, and then fast forward, now I have my coffee shop.
Wow. So you just decided that you want to do it, and then you moved to
basically, in the short sentence, just tried it, step out of my comfort zone, and then I always thinking like, just give it a go. If things didn't work out, and I can always go back home.
Yeah, I think having that fallback, it's something that help people, like, give them courage to step out of their comfort zone. Like, this is not the end of the world.
Yeah, I think that is the most difficult part for most of the people, especially like Asian people, or not within naming different like culture or different type of person, but most of the people will be hard for them to do something that they never try to do it, and then have no job, left your country, and then try something different. That's the most difficult part, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So did you just self-taught yourself baking?
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, that's correct. So basically, like when I work as a counselor, office work, and then basically on my day off, Saturday, Sunday, I have nothing to do, and then I kind of thinking, okay, let's do some baking, making cakes for friends, and then our mutual friend, like Gladys, she must know about like my funny story. I always make like so many different cakes for them to try, and I make them birthday cakes and just follow recipe. And I quite enjoyed it at the time, basically because I'm so stressful with my office work, and then on my free time I was just like focus on the recipe, how many sugars, how many flours, and then you mix everything together, and then you just like a little kid like sitting in front of the oven and then just waiting the thing to rise. If there's nice, then you're just so happy to share with your friends. But if it failed, then I'm really stubborn and I was like, do it again until I can get it right. Then I will try the recipe again.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Like I bake for fun as well, but
That's it. Yeah, yeah. You need to do like something that you enjoy doing it.
mm-hmm. Yeah, but when it fails, I'm like, oh, what do I do with this? Like, so my husband eats the failed stuff as well. Really,
Yeah.
really thankful for that.
No, I mean like that's the path. Like a lot of people they try something, they fail and then they give up. But if you're interested enough, then you will just like keep doing until you succeed. I think that's the difficult part.
Yeah, like not giving up
Yeah.
is a difficult part.
Yeah.
So you've experienced so your own culture, Hong Kong culture, Australian,
Yeah.
UK, and French. Like
Yeah.
how has all these shaped you today?
I think for my personality, I think I can say I'm quite stubborn. In a good way, is like never give up, but sometimes could be like stubborn. But also for my culture and my background as a Chinese, as a people from Hong Kong, we love dessert, but we don't like something overly sweet. So that's why when I go out for dessert, I will be very picky. So that's the first thing. And then when I moved to Australia, I raised and studied and working there. And then luckily we got so many different options over there. We got like good coffee shop and then dessert, everything is like quite good over there. But I was thinking like I've been there for like 12 years. I'm not going to like traveling around in Australia. It's a little bit funny, like you from Hong Kong and then you're traveling around Hong Kong. So then at that time I was okay, let's try to go to the UK then because it's the beauty that I can apply the working holiday. And then everyone know about like in Paris or France, they do the best dessert in the world.
Mhm.
And then it's really close to the UK. And I was like, okay, let's try to do it. And then that's how I start gaining my experience. And then that's how I shape to combine Asian culture, like Asian ingredients with like more Western style into my creation. So something different and then have my own brand as well. So when people tasting it, they know, oh, this must be from Tracy because they have the identity and then something different they can see from my creation.
Uh-huh. Wow. Yeah. Like I have seen so many, even high-end restaurant, high-end dessert places. Now they have a lot of ingredients that normally, typically, historically, you don't see in Western dessert. So I'm really
Yeah, that's
that.
it.
But going back to when you first applied yourself in the UK to get yourself enrolled or employed at a restaurant, how difficult or easy was that? Because I'm sure they wanted some experience of you at a
Yeah,
patisserie or something.
that's it. Yeah, I think that's quite difficult. Like now I still remember what happened for my first few months when I'm in the UK. So basically I did some quick courses before I moved from Australia to the UK. I went to Taiwan for 3 months. So I'm doing internship over there. I do some courses, intensive courses to learn all the basic in 3 months. And then done about a month internship at one of the patisserie shop. And then I gain a lot of experience there by just watching. Because like basically you're a comedy chef, like basically you're not even a chef, like you just go there helping out the chef to weigh ingredient and then prepare lemon juice and basically just all the basic job. But it's just like open up a lot when I in that environment, and then you just like a sponge. You just want to absorb like as much as like information and experience as possible. Then when I arrived to the UK, and then I just keep applying jobs and looking for like anywhere if they willing to give me an opportunity to work for them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny story though. Like when I moved to the UK, I was like, I would never work and live in London because first it's really expensive.
Yeah.
Secondly, it's very expensive, and then I just don't really like too busy. It sounds funny, I'm from Hong Kong, but I want to like have a little bit peaceful. But unfortunately, all the like good restaurant, they're all in central London. And so never say never. If you say that, you end up will be landing there. So my first job, I found it was basically in the most busiest places in London. It's near the Tower Bridge.
Oh.
So then, so basically the restaurant, they open like almost like 24/7. They open like 7:30, 8 in the morning, and then they finish like kind of like midnight or until the last order. So luckily I found the job there, and then the chef gave me the position, which I was super happy. But it took me about like 2 months before I found that job. And then straight away I just found like share house closest to the restaurant. Basically within half an hour I can get to my work. And then since then I start my like 90 hours a week, 100 hours a week work.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
At my peak, that was at a consulting company. I think it was 80 hours.
Yeah. And then back to when I worked in Australia as an office work like counselor, which is 45 hours a week.
Yes, and 45 is
the normal.
Yeah.
Wow. The normal working hours. Yeah, but
Oh.
that's a big change. But everything is like very new and then excited, and then it's just like a new page of life.
So how did you end up in Paris?
So Paris will be as I only have 2 years working holiday to work in the UK, and then I gained my experience in a restaurant, and then I changed job to a 5-star hotel, and then I love it. The team is amazing, but it's really difficult to get a working visa. Basically, they have to prove that like we can only employ you, but no other people can take this job, which is impossible. At that time, I'm still kind of like a normal combat chef or maybe slightly better chef de partie, but it's still like at least you have to be a head chef, have like so many years working experience in order to apply the working visa. So, and I kind of thinking I still want to learn more. I still want to work in this this career. Then I applied 1 year working holiday in France. So that's how I land in Paris for another year, 10 months, I would say. And that is another nightmare starting.
Like, tell us more.
It's really funny though, when I work in the UK and I work with so many different French chefs, and then they can speak English, of course, because they work in the UK. But of course, they still very French when they speak English. Same when we are Chinese, we speak like very like Hong Kong style English that most people say. But when before I moved to Paris, and then all my French chefs, they would say, "Oh no, you will be okay. Yeah, you will be fine if you like working in Paris." It's just not. So basically, I can't speak French at all. So basically, I can just say bonjour and ça va. That's it. And then since I arrived Paris, and then I tried so many different like sending out my CV, my hotel job. My head chef been really lovely. He's French, and then he helping me to translate all my CV cover letter in French professionally.
Yeah,
it's really good. And then that's why I so easily I can apply the job and then send out so many email, and I receive phone call, I receive email, but like whoever called me, they speak French.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I can't understand at all.
Mhm.
So that was the worst nightmare ever. And then I tried to using my like really broken French to ask them, can you email me the details? At least I can Google Translate.
Mhm.
So we was talking about back to like 7 years ago when people just use Google Translate.
Mhm.
And yeah, so that was like really hard. For the first month or two, I went to do some courses
Mhm.
to learn the basic French.
Yeah.
But like language, you need time to learn and practice.
Yeah.
So you won't be fluent in 2 months. That is impossible. I'm not that smart.
Mhm.
So that's why it's like really difficult. But I did went through so many different interviews. I went for trial shift, and then it's just like really eyes opening. I went to some Michelin star restaurant for interview, trial shift. Kitchen was like super super small, but they're like 2 Michelin star restaurant. Then I realized how important you need to be really organized. You need to be really managing really well. When I used to work in a 5-star hotel in London, we got like big kitchen, you got a big teams. So basically you will never run out of spaces. But I still get the chef like taught me really good. You need to be organized. You don't need to be having a big kitchen if you're organizing well. So that's come in practice and really good experience for myself. But I went for I think 4 or 5 interview and trial shifts in Paris, and then it is really hard. And I still remember a couple of the interview I using Google Translate with the chef when we're having our interview.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some of them are French, some of them are Japanese French.
Okay.
So basically, they are Japanese chef, but they are fluent in Japanese and French.
Yeah.
And then the partner is local, so they even was like, sure, you want to give her a trial shift, even like allow her to work in the kitchen for a few hours to see if she capable, because I can't really communication well with the team.
Mhm.
And fast forward, and then luckily I found a job, like a restaurant job that worked near 𝗥𝗲𝗄𝗿 in Paris.
Uh-huh.
So I worked there 8 9 months before my visa finished.
Mm. Okay.
So yeah, that was good 6 8 months experience working in Paris, but I will never forget.
Yeah, like I'm sure. So you had the 90 hours in the UK, and then you
Yeah.
have like not speaking the language at all in France. Like all this combined is like mental and physical. I'm sure there
Mm.
were times that you're like, oh, I want to give up. Like you're
Oh
getting
yes.
frustrated. Can you tell us
Yeah.
of those moments?
Yeah, I know that's happened like a lot of times, especially when I'm in Paris. Like in the UK, it's kind of okay because um communication language is not a problem, and now working with an amazing team, and then no matter how tired I am, working 90 hours, 100 hours a week. Once I step into the hotel, I just switch on. I'm getting excited, get the work done, and then when you finish, you're drinking beer with all the chef, like very good, amazing, good service, and then go home, sleep, and then come back again. But a moment when I like feeling really tired, exhausted, and then been crying so many times, especially when I'm in Paris, and why am I end up here? I can't understand the language, and then my share house is like really poor because it's really expensive living in Paris, and you just find like, oh, I feel so hopeless. But then a couple of times I keep thinking like, why am I here? I want to gain more experience. I want to improve. And one sentence I always share with lots of people, which is one of the celebrity chefs share with me when I was watching back to when I watching MasterChef Australia,
Uh-huh.
and then some of the really famous celebrity chef on one of the episodes, and then it's really inspiring me. And she studied accountant
Mm.
and then earning lots of money, and then similar story to myself, or my story similar to her. And then she quit her job and then went to Paris, and then become a pastry chef and then one of the best chefs in the world. And then she replied my message and I come deliver it. And then she shared a quotation with me was saying like, you start something out of passion, but you keep doing it because you're stubborn. So I think this is the sentence that like holding me up. So whenever I'm feeling like struggle, I want to give up, it's just thinking about why? Yeah, so you need to stubborn enough in order to keep chasing the dream.
Yeah, like because you can easily give up. So I
Yeah.
was a barista before, and
Oh, okay.
it's very similar, but I'm not
Yeah.
good with my hands. So my
Yeah.
brain is better than my hands. So
Yeah.
operations is not the best for me. So
Mm.
physically, I wasn't really cut out to be a barista. So, but I really
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to be a barista growing up. Like that was like the only thing that I've actually
Yeah.
wanted to do. So
Yeah.
after college, I eventually became one, but I
Yeah.
lasted like maybe a year and a half, but that was it.
Yeah.
Because I know it's not like I love coffee and I don't want coffee to become something that I just associate with hard work, people yelling,
Yeah.
like customers screaming at
I
you. So that's
know.
when I like pulled back. So I didn't have
Yeah.
the
When
same
you,
stubbornness as
yeah.
you. And because
Yeah.
I wasn't really that. So now I
Yeah.
just do it for fun.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to enjoy it. And then I did few year barista as well.
Oh, really? Oh yeah, well we have a
Yeah.
coffee shop. So
Yeah. So I
you
love
must
coffee as well.
experience.
So that's why I did like a little barista courses when I in Australia as a part-time. So I went for courses,
Uh-huh.
get a part-time. That's the
That's the
faster way
best
to
place.
learn. That's
Like
it. Yeah.
Australia is
Do a
like the
short
best place.
courses and then just like get a part-time job working in the coffee shop and then learn everything
Mm-hmm.
and then practice for free. So
Yeah, yeah, the practice. I only get 2 drinks a day now. Like, I only get
yeah.
2 drinks a day, so definitely not enough. So
Yeah.
so when your parents' visa was over, did
Yeah.
you what did you decide to do? Like,
So funny story. Not funny, but it's the true fact. And so I met my partner when I was like working in the UK.
mm-hmm.
And then after my visa almost finished in Paris, and then he proposed. And then he yeah, so he's British. Like I mean he's from Hong Kong as well.
Uh-huh.
And then basically he proposed and then I was like, okay, somehow I say yes.
Uh-huh.
And then that's why I he applied the like spouse visa for me to stay in the UK. So I got a chance to move back to the UK from Paris. But when I waiting for my visa to be granted and I was back to Australia for a year,
Mhm.
that's where I start thinking to create 𝗥𝗂𝗿 𝗟𝗶𝗳𝗲. 𝗥𝗲𝗄 is part of the she is the main person to encourage me to do so as well.
Oh,
So when I was waiting my visa in Australia, is I wait about maybe 7, 8 months. So I went back to Australia. I have nothing to do except baking cakes, making
yeah,
cakes
yeah.
for them. Especially I wait for 3 years, and then she said, Tracy, come on, get us some cake, make us some dessert.
Yeah.
So same again, start baking and then making cakes for them. And then she was just thinking, well, why don't you start your own business? And then Instagram quite popular back in that time. So she encouraged me to like, well, let's start your own businesses. And then 𝗥𝗲𝗄𝗿 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗿, they was just like, I did ask them, oh, what should I call my business name then? So I think they gave me like different ideas and options, and then end up by choosing like 𝗥𝗂𝗿 𝗟𝗶𝗳𝗲, like T stand for Tracy, 𝗥𝗂𝗿 because I kind of living and working in different country. So it's kind of like 𝗥𝗂𝗿 on the map. And then that's how I start the company name. And then after that, got my visa, moved to the UK. That was 2017.
Okay.
Yeah. And then now I'm in the UK.
So you moved back to the UK. Did you already start? How did you start the business?
Yeah. So when I moved back to the UK for the first few months, of course, I'm still kind of looking for work, looking for jobs. But I know from day one, all the nice restaurant and hotel, they're all based in London. So I try to find some places near where I live because my husband is living in Milton Keynes. That's why everyone asks me, Tracy, why are you here?
I know. I was
left
wondering.
Australia. Yeah, left Australia, coming to the UK, but then you land in Milton Keynes. Why? And yeah, that's the reason, because he lives in Milton Keynes. Yeah. So I try to look for different jobs, like went for different interviews, like some restaurants, some hotel and spa places like nearby. Most of them you have to drive like 20 minutes or half an hour, and went for interview and then trial shift. Like luckily most of them, they give me the offer for the position. But then I kind of step back. Is that something I really want to do it? Like working for someone, and then I have to drive like half an hour in the dark, and then I don't really like the UK. Still, after 10 years, I still not hate it. If my husband here heard that, he will be like, "What?" But yeah, it's really, especially now. It's only like October. It's already dark.
So dark.
So it's hard for me to thinking, I have to drive into work in the dark. And then I did that when I worked in London, but I'm taking the bus. And then at that time, I don't care, because I want to get all the experience and get all my experience. So I don't care about it. And then I'm happy to just go to work. But now I've come back to the UK. I settle down here. I need to think about what do I want for my life. And then I found a part-time job, not as a pastry chef, because they don't have one nearby that I enjoy. And then I found a coffee shop, work as a barista. So that's how I start when I first moved back to Milton Keynes.
So that, because it was part-time, it sort of let you have free time to pursue the baking side of things.
That's it, yeah. So I work part-time at the coffee shop as a barista. And then on my free time, I just like try to like playing around ingredients, doing different cakes, and then propose to my back to that time the coffee shop. I was like, basically, actually, I'm a pastry chef. Would you like to try some different cakes or sweet stuff to sell at the coffee shop? So they after I keep trying, and then oh yeah, you can try small batch, and then just kind of doing my marketing research to see how like people like sort of like what sort of like dessert they may like for the local customers, because a lot of them is quite local, a lot of them is very British, so they just love something very sweet. And then I do understand that like dessert is not something you need it's something that quite fancy. Maybe you like it, maybe you want once a week, maybe once a month, or even though for some people once a year when coming to the like birthdays. So I starting from there, planting the seed, trying, catching my like marketing research, like catching my customer base, and then that's how I start 𝗤𝗂𝗿.
That's nice. So you started the brand, and then you entered the competition.
Yes. So it's really funny. So I start my brand like 𝗤𝗂𝗿, and then luckily the coffee shop is so supportive. So I get to do like a weekly creation, and then customers start enjoying. So they're looking forward for every weekend. Oh, what is Tracy cakes this week?
Wow.
What is Tracy cake next week?
Yes.
And then I'm using the social media. It's a really good resource as well. So I post on the story, what would people like to see for next week? And then people will drop me message, something apple, something pear, something like chocolate tea. And then I built up my portfolio. And after that, I've been watching the Bake Off Professional every year. And then Channel 4 kind of like drop me a message.
Oh,
and
wow.
Saying, oh, would you like to enter the competition? And then I was like, no way, because all the team went to the show. They either they are 5-star hotel, famous like hotel restaurant, they have a business, And then I mentioned to them, I have my business because I'm the only staff for my business. I'm the head chef because I'm the only chef within the company. And then they will say, oh, we saw your social media, we saw your Instagram, the staff look amazing. Why not give it a go? And then I was thinking, oh, that's okay. Not costing me any money. Just apply. I'm not going to lose anything.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, I apply it. And I need to find a partner to do the competition together because it's kind of like a typical competition, a pair. So luckily I found a person that we used to work in the same hotel. And then he's really cool. So, oh yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Yeah.
So we applied it. And then fast forward, we went to the audition and I was so nervous, create something, bring it to London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So
I'm nervous baking at home.
Yeah.
So like when you were saying earlier, like you have to be So when you were in France, did they teach you mise en place?
Like, all the mise en place.
So my mise en place, I get better, but my mise en place was terrible before. Now, after I had an episode on mise en place actually, and like after reading about mise en place, talking to this other chef about mise en place, now like I work on my mise en place to help with the stress factor, so I don't have to read as I'm cooking. So are the competitions exactly like how you watch it, like exactly like how they appear on TV?
Yeah, it's very nervous to start with, and then basically we have no idea what we expected until we are there. And everything is still quite fresh to me now when I try to think back in time. But it's nervous, excited, and everything is so different because when you're working at home and then working in a new environment is different. Microwave at home is different. Induction at home is different than at the venue. So everything is so new. That's why like you need to be organized. However, no matter how organized you are, there's always have things happen.
Yeah.
So that's why the competition is teaching me when things happen, didn't go as planned, what are you going to do? So you always need to have plan B, plan C. If something didn't work out the way that you want, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. That's it's a hard lesson to learn. I'm still learning every day. But it's like that is the best part I learned from the competition.
Like how to think on your feet, like how to react. Or
that's it, when like things happen, that's it, how you going to fix it, and then it's not the end of the world, and then everything will be okay.
It's great that you got that like super intense version of every day in the kitchen, because like every day in the kitchen I'm sure is like already stressful, but when you're in a competition, you're broadcasted, you have a time limit, like that's like stress to the max.
That's it, and especially you got the camera right next to you.
I know.
And then they were asking you like, oh, Tracy, can you tell us what to do? And I was like, I'm cooking the compote. Okay, can you say that in the whole sentence? So when people watching it, they will understand. And then you have to try to like mentally thinking, okay, now I'm going to do this. But then your time is like clicking. And then you have to try to remember like what to do next, and then not burning thing, and then do everything on time. So that's like multitasking skill.
Wow. Yeah. Like I'm so glad you had all these experience, all sort of just like adding to your tool set. You learned the mise en place, being organized in French. You learned all these techniques. You learned like how to be stubborn. You learned how to like just keep pushing forward because you have passion. So one thing that might be new in your sort of like CV is running a business. Now that you have your own shop. So what's something that you didn't know?
I never think I will have a coffee shop that early. So previously I was always keep thinking, let's get out of the house. Then I looking for a studio, somewhere I've got more spaces I can do my production. And then I can make more cakes, basically have more storage, more fridge and freezer. I can organize a bit more, got more spaces. But it's really difficult to find like small studio workshop in Milton Keynes. And in Hong Kong, other places they got so many like kitchen renting places, but not in here. And then when I the longer I stay here, and then I met my business partner as well. And then luckily we managed to find the premises, which here you can't really see it. But we found this premises, and then they would say, okay, Tracy, let's open a coffee shop. I was like, oh, okay. And then I didn't really have lots of time to think. But they've been keep looking and say, okay, found a nice premises, and then they know what Tracy wants. Tracy want a kitchen that she can do her production, and then I love to making more cakes for the local customer to try. They can enjoy it, and then we want to have a better coffee and cakes experience for the people here. So fast forward, we found the premises, and then we opened the coffee shop. It's been over 2 years now. And then every day is a learning lesson. It's not just like baking cakes. It's never that easy.
Yeah. Because like what I wanted to ask is, how do you balance the art and consistency? Because now you have to make 20 to 50 of the cake.
Yeah, the scale number is a lot bigger now. So it's really good that I have that experience when I'm working in the hotel, when I work in a 5-star hotel in London. And then of course we're doing like lots of, in the hotel, we do like restaurant, like morning breakfast, afternoon tea, evening service. So I get all the experience learned from that job, how to do my mise en place, how to be organized, how to do my job list, how to do my ordering. So all these kind of things that I gained from my job in the past. And that's really helpful now happening every day in my job now, in my life now. In the past, when I worked for the hotel, I go in, ingredients will be ready, and only need to let my chef know I used the last bottle of cream. He will organize, he will order. I took the last bag of the chocolate, and then let him know, and then that's it. But of course, when I'm working, I will also like thinking about, oh, what happened if one day I'm going to have my own coffee shop? I need to know how to ordering. So I sometimes just look and learn. And yeah, that's why how everything like kind of like, oh, my skill, oh, I learned it before. Now I can use this when I'm running the coffee shop, but every day still learning.
Yeah, like it shows how useful it is to have some sort of goal out there in the distance, because like life just happened. So instead of just marching towards a goal, like kind of just be open, but it helps to sort of have like a general direction. So someday I want to open a coffee shop, so I should know how to just do my own.
Yeah, I think I plan to see it when I back in Australia, when I'm still working as a counselor. And I mentioned earlier, I went to get a part-time job as a barista because I know that I'm planning to go to the UK as a working holiday. And then I'm thinking maybe one day I want to open my coffee shop. And then I love coffee. That's why I plan to sit learning the latte art. And then at that time, I get to learn how to do the petty cash, how to closing, and of course, system and everything will be different from business to business. But at that time, I was thinking, okay, every day we need to have like how much like cash flow, and then blah blah blah.
Wow,
and then
like
that is
kind of accounting part too.
Or the basic one, only counting like 0 to 100. That's it.
No,
So
like
so
it uses a different part of your brain.
Yeah, I know it's hard, but that's how I planned to sit at that time, and then now that's coming useful when I'm running a coffee shop.
Yeah. What do you think is the biggest misconception about running a coffee shop? Like something that people didn't know, and they.
Oh, yeah, I think possibly maybe 10 out of 20 people, or maybe no, 20 out of 10 people thinking open a coffee shop is easy. And then people often thinking, oh, I just want to open a small coffee shop, and I just want to make some coffee, customer coming in, they enjoy it, that's it, then we can earn money, and then that would be happy ever after. So that is wrong.
Well,
So basically, that is like a princess dream, you know. But when it comes to reality, when you're running a coffee shop, then first you need all the costing, and then you know how much budget, and then you need to employ staff, people to work for you. And then that's the first thing. Staffing's always a problem. Secondly, you need to have good customer service. That is like very important as well, no matter how good your food is. But if you don't have nice customer service, people will never come back. That's how I feel. And then third will be just organize. Again, keep it going, organize, plan ahead. And then that is difficult as well. So never think like people thinking like open a coffee shop very chill. I'm the boss. I just sit here. Money will come. It's never happened. It's just like lots of money going out, especially nowadays. The economy is like a bit hard.
Yeah.
And everything's gone up, and it is difficult. But that's most difficult. I always share with people. You need to love what you do. And then you need to think about it. You love doing it, then you open a coffee shop. Rather than, I'm opening a coffee shop that's going to make lots of money, become a billionaire. If you start your mindset like that, it would never happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the space for creativity, because that's not where your focus is. And yeah,
just your focus will be different. Yeah.
Yeah. When you're the owner, you worry about wastage too. So like, when you're the staff, like, I made the cake, it's fine. Like, I wasted a bunch of stuff. When you're the owner, try to make sure like you don't waste as much stuff, or like how do you use the parts that you cut out into something else. So very like, I have so much respect for you, Tracy, and
Thank you.
I admire you so much for doing what you did, just chasing your dreams, not giving up, and just picking up all these skills as you go along. And I am really looking forward to visiting Milton Keyes so I can try out
Thank
your
you.
cafe. So for the last part, I want to ask you some quick fun questions.
Yeah.
So just gut reaction.
Okay.
What is your go-to song or playlist when you're in the zone?
Oh, that's hard. Let me try to think. That is a funny question, because when I'm focused, I don't really care.
You don't play.
Yeah. I mean, like, I play, but because when I'm working, especially when I'm working in a coffee shop now, and then when we were in a hotel, restaurant, the chef will pick music, whatever they like. And then for me, I just let my staff to pick whatever music they like. And then I always say them, happy staff, happy boss. So pick whatever they like, as long as they are not too loud, not too crazy. And then for me, sometimes they play the music and then say, oh, Tracy, do you like this? And then basically, I can hear the background noise, but I don't really listen into it because I'm focused into working.
Okay.
But I think, it depends. Like sometimes if I going to do some job or mise en place, I have to be steady piping, then I don't want pop music. Something soft. But it's a hard question. So
something not too distracting. Okay.
Yeah. That's it,
what was the biggest kitchen mistake you made, but it was totally worth it?
Oh, mistake but worth it. Not the mistake is disaster, I still remember. So the mistakes that I make, but it's worth it.
Yeah. Like you learned a lot from it, or
oh yeah, I do. Oh gosh. So I remember when I working in the 5-star hotel in London, and then I have to make a big batch of vanilla ice cream. For people they never make ice cream before, give you some info. So basically for the basic vanilla ice cream, you have to make your kind of like pastry cream base, like custard. So you have your cream, your milk, your sugar, and your egg yolk. You have to cook it to a certain degrees, and then cool it down. And then once you cool it down, then you can put it in the ice cream machine, turning it. And then a big I made a big mistake. I was cooking like 6-7 liters of like vanilla ice cream. And then basically before you start your job, like you basically need to get like loads of ice, because when you're cooking big batch, you need to drop the temperature in a short period of time, because when you keep risking it and then to cook your egg yolk, if you're over 85 degrees, your egg yolk will turn into scrambled egg.
Yeah.
Then you can't use your ice cream.
Yeah.
At that time, I forgot to prepare some ice next to me. And then in the hotel, it's like the storeroom and whatever you need to get is like really, really far away.
Yeah.
So I forgot. And then even though the induction is off the heat, and I put it on the side, but then it still contains the heat. So it's still cooking, temperature going up. And I run, go to get some ice, come back. And then, of course, and I've become like scrambled egg. And then my head chef was like, and then, of course, he having a really difficulty day as well. And then he just like, blah, 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 blah. Can you say how much money we waste on that? And then we use so many like vanilla pot, because like vanilla pot is super expensive.
Yeah.
But I was like so scared. I did cry at that time. But after that, we tried to fix it, and then luckily, it's fixed.
Oh,
we didn't.
So you were able to use it?
Yeah, we were able to use it. So very close that we have to be in it. But that was big lesson to learn, and I will never forget. And then since now, no matter what I do, not just like baking, not just teaching my staff in making cakes, for all my staff within the coffee shop, whatever you do, you have to prepare. Make sure clean. Make sure when I'm teaching you a recipe, you have to scale everything, double check it 3 times, 4 times, make sure you didn't have any mistake. Prepare all the equipment, ingredients before you start your job, because I don't want you running like me. You're cooking something, you forgot, you go to grab it, and then when you're thinking it's a 2-second job, end up you were wasting everything. And then you end up you're wasting your ingredients, you're wasting your time, I'm wasting the ingredients, and then I'm wasting like wages to employ you to do this job, because we need to do it again.
Yeah.
And then if we don't have enough ingredients, then we can't get everything done on time for customer. So I've been teaching this to my staff now as well.
Yeah, it's a ripple effect.
Yeah.
A domino.
Yeah, it's a hard lesson to learn, but well, it's not like end of the world. You always learn from your mistake, and then as long as you remember, you will not make the same mistake again, then it's okay.
Yeah, great. Last one. If your personality were a pastry or a dessert, what would it be?
Yeah. Oh, I think I possibly will be like macarons.
Macarons.
Okay. Yeah, macarons. Yeah, because for me, I think macaron is like, it's really difficult to make it. For me, I failed 1,000 times. I think Gladys had tried so many like failed one. But basically, like, it's just like look simple, look easy, not as hard by the look. Like I would say maybe I look nice by the look. And then but it's difficult. I mean, it's difficult to work. Not difficult to work with, but it's difficult to achieve to making macarons. It's simple ingredients, but if you want to make perfect macaron, you have to practice until you have a good result. So yeah, that may be me. I don't know, maybe a macaron.
You kept like you wouldn't give up, and
that's it. Yeah.
You wouldn't give up, and you make people keep trying to perfect it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
nice. I baked macaroni soup before. I stopped baking for fun after moving to London because the electricity is expensive.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I do love baking. So I'm really glad you were on the show today. Thank you very much. And we have learned so much from your story. Like, it's not just a typical push through, but really finding your passion ahead of time. Like finding something that you're passionate about and then march towards that It's so fulfilling and rewarding.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So Tracy's Cafe for anyone in the UK is Canal Street Coffee in Milton Keyes. So anyone, if you happen to be in Milton Keyes, definitely give it a try. And I'll put the store info and then Tracy's info in the show notes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for listening to this episode of Mind Blend. If you enjoyed the conversation, don't forget to follow and share it with anyone who needs to hear it. And let's keep the conversation going. Connect with me on LinkedIn or leave me a comment. Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and let's continue to blend our minds and discover what's possible.